Hi guys, I'm Jen. Welcome to Be Set Free or welcome back. I wanted to talk to you today about pain, internal emotional pain. When we've been through abuse and we are coming out of a relationship, we're still in a relationship, whatever stage you're in, there comes a point in time where you are in extreme pain. And a lot of times we talk about working through the pain and getting over it and healing so we can feel better. And what I've always thought, and maybe you've thought this too, is that once you come to the end of an abuse cycle with somebody, right? And you realize that, oh, this needs to end or this has ended. And now what do? I'm mourning. I feel horrible. I'm in a lot of pain. So we start the process of figuring it out, right? We start the process of connecting with our childhood, connecting with the choices we made, why we had this in our life, connecting with the process that happened, connecting with boundaries and how to make them, connecting with self-love. How do we do that? And all this, right? And while we're going through this process, our pain changes. It's really, really bad for a while, and then it changes, and it starts to get better, although it still may hurt a lot. And then we start to get better and better and better and better as time goes on, and we stick to our healing process. There's a certain point in time where we can either choose to give up and just keep making the same decisions that we've done in the past to either numb our pain or to really take a time out and keep on healing and get some growth under our belt, right? And to keep feeling that pain until we finally get to a plateau of, wow, I just learned a ton and I'm feeling great. Okay, so what happens is when we get to that plateau, that's what I want to talk about right now. When we get to that plateau and we're healthy, we're feeling great, we've got a lot of healing under our belt, we're going along in life, everything's great, and then all of a sudden, all this pain comes back. And it can really throw you off, okay? It can make you feel like you're a fraud, that you thought you had all this figured out. You thought that we had worked through this. Like we were done with this. What is this? Why did this come back? I'm such a freak. Like, oh my gosh. I want to tell you right now, because nobody told me. I just figured it out today. Everybody is going through this. Okay? Pain comes and goes. There's no magical healing, and then pain, this deep emotional pain from childhood, wounds, neglect, abuse, trauma, it just goes away because you've finally arrived. Pain cycles are going to come and go, okay? And when they come again, I want you to know right now, not only are you totally normal, but it's another opportunity to learn more and grow. You have made a ton of progress and there's more to learn, and that's good. You are not alone. Other people are doing this too. Okay? And it's just totally normal. I didn't know that. I thought once you get to a certain point in your healing, or once I got to a certain point in my healing, and I really got a firm understanding. Oh, sorry, a glitch in there. Got a firm understanding on, why I do what I do, why I've made the choices I've made, why I allowed people in my life I did. What are the patterns? Where do they come from? Go back to childhood, da-da-da-da-da. And then also add in God and how he delivers us and he heals us and he reveals to us. I really honestly felt like that deep, dark pit pain was gone and I had overcome it. And then it came back again. And just from talking to people, reaching out to people, like I said in my last video, having conversations face to face, telephone, meeting them in real person, and hearing other people's stories, and also joining a recovery group for emotional abuse, you learn this is normal. This is going to happen the rest of our lives. We're going to ebb and flow in a pain cycle. And we need to come up with some really good tools to be able to, when we are down and it is bad, that we have a way to cope. Okay? And the best way that I'm finding so far is to reach out to healthy people. Not your past people that were your addiction. Not your past people that were dysfunctional. Not your past habits of sex with people to fill your void. Not your past habits of smoking pot so you feel better. Not your past habits of drinking alcohol to numb your pain. Friends, all that stuff does is keep you stuck. It doesn't help. It feels like it's helping. It is not helping. You are not growing when you're doing that stuff. You are keeping yourself stuck in a cycle that you're not growing, and you're not going to get through it, and you're going to become dependent on something that's not working. So stop. Don't do that stuff, okay? But if you do it, really pay attention. Did that really make me feel better? Am I growing? You won't, and you'll realize it, okay? I want to see you grow. I want to see you break bondage in your life. I want to see you healthy and whole and learning and growing and getting better, even though pain's going to come and go. Instead of living with pain constantly in your life because you're staying in these unhealthy patterns of being with toxic people, of using people to make yourself feel better for sex, for a relationship that never works out because you're using them to feel better, for drinking because it makes you feel better momentarily. Instead of being stuck in all that toxicity and using crutches, which is not a crutch, they're destroyers. I want to see you get healthy, okay? I am here with you doing the same thing. And I wanted to pop on here and just make this video because I have, like I said, I've been all of a sudden in a huge pain cycle, and it was so confusing, and it took me so off guard because I've come so far. I've made like 30 videos about everything I've learned, and I just realized, wow, I have so much more to go. And guess what? I'm not alone. And guess what? This pain cycle will continue throughout my life. And like I said, we need to learn how to cope with it when it comes. Okay? So I kind of just touched on it, what not to do and what to do. Like I said, we need to get people in our lives that we can talk to spiritually. Like I talked to a sister in the Lord today, and I just listened to her. And as I'm listening to her talk about something she's upset about, God is talking to me. God is talking to me as I'm listening to her. We need people in the Lord. And then, then we're sharing, and we're each, I don't know, God just started talking through each of us to each other. We need people like that in our life. And we need to trust that God will send those people to us when we're in pain. And we need to be open to them when we're hurting. We need to be open to this inspiration when we're hurting. That God has sent you somebody to connect with for a specific reason when you're hurting. And vice versa. Okay? Other people are hurting too. We need to get in a group. Okay? There's different places you can join. Celebrate Recovery through your church. Just you need to find them. I don't know everybody's area. But there's not only just like an alcohol or drug recovery programs. There's recovery programs for codependency. for depression, for anxiety. We need to be a part of these groups. And if you're a Christian, have it be faith-based. We need to have therapists we talk to that we can reach out to when we're suffering, okay? And then when we're doing good, maybe we don't see them for a while, and then we reach back out again, you know? We need to have these backup plans. We need to memorize scripture. What I do is I make a little list in my phone, and I have a video where I listed off all the verses I have so far of God's promises to us and who he says you are, who he says I am in him. Those are super huge to listen to help remember who you are and who he is when you are down and out in pain, okay? We need to have faith that it's going to end, because it will. And we need to remember we are not stuck, and that killing yourself is not a way out. Because when we're hurting bad, that sometimes comes up as an option. And you know what? It's not our job to do that. When God says our time is done, then he takes us, okay? We don't take our own life. We have no idea what's happening in the future for our lives. Have you learned that God doesn't live in a box? He does crazy stuff. His word even says that his ways are not our ways. His thoughts are so much higher than our thoughts. We can't even comprehend what could happen tomorrow, let alone a year from now, let alone 5 years from now, let alone 10 years from now. We are not to end our lives, okay? So we need to stop reaching out to toxic people. I'm taking my own advice. I'm not doing that anymore. We need to make a new way. So anyways, I just wanted to encourage you. If you're hurting, I hope this helped you in some way. If you're going through a pain cycle where you're out of pain and then you're in pain, same with, I think, the rest of humanity. You're not a freakoid. You're totally legit. And keep going. It's going to be okay. Like, you're not alone. Okay? So anyways, I think you guys are awesome. Thanks for listening. Reach out to me at besetfreefromabuse@gmail.com. Say your stuff in the comments. I love to read them. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, bye.